Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we are going to have a little midweek ramble. I was going to do it Monday, but then we had the Dominion box to look at. I was going to do it Tuesday, and then we had the Orc stats and the Sisters of Battle stats, and I figured 3 videos in one day was maybe pushing it just a little bit. You may disagree, but there was a lot going on the last couple of days. So we're going to have a look at the pre-orders today. Funnily enough, quite a bit of Sisters of Battle, and we've got this Warhammer Schools event thing, which, by the way, I've seen other YouTubers get these fancy boxes for that, which I ain't got nothing. I get sent now, absolutely now. No, it's fine. I genuinely don't mind. It's fine. But is it fun? Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, Warhammer Schools is a festival of video games. So the Schools for the Skull Throne event returns this year in a new form and with a fresh name to celebrate the tremendous ever-growing host of video games set in the Mortal Realms and the 41st millennium. And some of them are even worth playing. Some of them. That's not fair. I haven't actually played most of them. I don't do a lot of video gaming these days. Hired Gun could be fun. I need to install that and actually take a look at it. But yeah, we've got Warhammer Schools, so it's just got a bunch of information on upcoming games related to Games Workshop, stuff that shows up on Xbox and Windows and GOG and all of that stuff. I mean, it'd be worth taking a look, be worth seeing what's on the docket, although frankly, if it's not a revival of the Dawn of War series, more information on Darktide or the sequel to Space Marine, who actually cares? That's not fair either. I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing at least something to do with Darktide. They've got to talk about Darktide a bit, right? I've been playing a lot of Vermintide recently. I want Darktide in my life, and we just heard nothing for a bit. I really would like an update on that. So yeah, something to look out for on Thursday. As you can see, that's when it's going to go live, so 6 PM in the UK, and all those other times that are listed there. You can read them, it's fine. I don't need to say them all out loud. I'm sure you can check yourself. Now, in terms of pre-orders, what do we have? Well, we have Codex Adepta Sororitas. We've got Morven Val, the fancy High Lord of Terror, Abbess Sanctorum with her Paragon warsuit that has got a fancy name that I forget the name of, but it just looks so much better. I really like this warsuit at this point. I really like it. I think it works super well because it has got all that extra ornamentation. It makes it look bulkier. It makes it look a bit more imposing. It looks just more gothic and more in keeping with the Sisters of Battle as a whole. It's just superior. It's just better. It fits better. It looks better. It's got just more personality to it than the standard ones, which I just kind of wish that there was more of this going on with the others. I do like it. I like it quite a lot. Thing is, we've also got the normal Paragon warsuits, which, admittedly, I like the stat line for these. The stats for these are kind of fun. Fairly fast, they hit pretty hard. They're the kind of thing that I would like to field, but as I say, they just don't do it for me in the same way that the special one does. I mean, a bit of green stuff and some bits out of your bits box could well sort all of that out. Might be worth a try, might be worth a go, I'm not sure. Maybe fully enclose the front, if you've already built some, I've forgotten the name of them. Penitent engines, that's it. You could always use the spare front of the sarcophagus on these, maybe? Because you can build 2 things out of the Penitent engine kit, can't you? There's a Penitent engine and the other one that I forget the name of. Really not doing very well with names at all today, am I? It's just my brain is melting. Perhaps a bit of kit bashing there could be the answer if you're not a fan of the baby carrier look. Alternatively, could chop their arms off. And cover up the, like, where the head is, maybe. There's a few different things you could try, I guess. It's quite a lot of work if you're not particularly bothered about the original design, though. So, although I do like the candles on that one in the front, that's kind of cool. But yeah, they will also be available along with the Celestian Sacrosancts, which I still really like these. They do look good. The shields are I still like how simple the shields are. You've got a bit of ornamentation. There's a little bit of extra, like, studs and stuff on it. But overall, they're pretty simple. And they look decent. Nice looking unit overall. And I especially like that extra decoration on the backpacks that kind of frame the head in a sort of crown-like way. Nice and gothic. Yeah, like them a lot. And the Dogmaster. Just move straight past those, obviously. The special dice, they were on a roll. They were on such a roll for making nice, simple, easy-to-follow dice that were, at a glance, you knew what was going on. They've got they've made these a bit more complicated again. You've got an Inquisition symbol and you've got a fleur-de-lis. Given that either one of those symbols could easily be treated as a 6. I suppose technically the eye looks more like a 1 than the fleur-de-lis does, but don't just put two special symbols that are not immediately identifiable as what they're supposed to be on the dice. Also, replacing the dots with the fleur-de-lis, it's a nice idea in theory, and they are kind of... The shape is defined enough that I think it's not, impossible to read, but at a glance, it's not great, because instead of just one solid block of colour for each dot, as normal dice work, you've got all these little spaces. It makes it visually very, very busy, and if you're chucking a bunch of these around on the tabletop, it's going to get to the point where speaking for myself here, obviously, always, really, I'm just not going to be able to focus on that. I would, if I ever got these dice, which is highly unlikely because I'm just not bothered by them at all, I would not use them because I know full well that just the sheer amount of busy going in on each dice face means that rolling them, I would just struggle. I'd struggle to read it at a glance. It wouldn't be a case of quickly, counting up the totals. It would be a case of looking at each one because there's a bunch of little patterns all over each one. It's just visually confusing to me. I mean, you may not have that issue. That just might be a kind of a visual overload thing on my part, but more complicated than they need to be. Just more complicated than they need to be. They could have just stuck with the tried and tested formula that they've been sticking to for the last few. But, I suppose they're not the worst special dice they've ever made. There's plenty of much worse ones. But it's sort of slipping back into unreadable territory for my money. We've also got House of Faith from Necromunda. I mean, we love these lads. We love them. We've talked about these fellas. Absolutely quality, absolutely class. So much fiery, spiky goodness. I still like that chain axe, even though it does absolutely nothing to really explain how chain axes work still. But it's fine. It looks cool. That's the important bit. Yeah, I do like these guys. Very over the top. Very over the top. But, I mean, it's impossible not to love him. That guy has got a massive brazier as a hat. How can we not like that? A little stained glass window there in front of the other lad. It's so over the top. Just the right amount of silly. They're getting their own dice set as well. I like the colour of those dice. Those look cool. We've also got Warhammer Underworlds. The crab. The crab is on the way. I know you've all been waiting for the crab. I mean... genuinely, that seems to be the thing that most people I've seen are excited about. The crab. Not the rest of it. A few people excited about the fish, but mainly for this warband, it's all about the crab. The crab has grabbed hold with his just, delightfully cute claws, the hearts and souls of the nations, and crab for president, I think, is the message that I'm getting off most people. It's actually quite a good-looking warband, but the absolute fascination with that has... I don't know, it's tickled me. I think the fish gets overlooked, to be honest. The crab's fine. We like the crab, but that's a cool fish. It's also quite a well-painted fish. Very well-painted fish. I like the paint job on that fish. That's a good-looking fish. But the fish is not getting anywhere near the amount of attention as the crab is. So, I mean, look at him. With his big, goofy tooth out the front. It's a quality fish. But no. Warhammer players want one thing, and it's disgusting. Get out of my face, crab. Anyway, Forge World as well. We've got... I'm going to end up caving and buying some of these, even though I don't have anything else for Aeronautica outside of... Oh, no, I do have a small... Oh, damn it. I have got a small towel force for Aeronautica. I should probably paint those. I should probably find them, assemble them, and paint them. I mean, that's going to be a quick paint job, right? They're tiny. They're only small. And that'll give me an excuse to go and get the Towercast Remora stealth drones, because I love those. This is like solid gold for Forge World stuff for me, because I want one of these. I love them. I love the Marauder, and I want it. And I also really like the stealth drones. I really like those too, the Remoras. So miniature versions of two things that I want the full size versions of. This could be my chance to own these things without spending a vast sum of money. I mean, the Marauder is like 200 quid or something, 230, 250. I want one, but can I justify it? No. Can I justify whatever these will be? What, like 20 quid? So much more reasonable. Although I could actually use these because I do have other Tau aircraft. I need to get around to painting those. I'm just looking around at my desk and shelves and all the other random crap that I've got to paint and wondering when it'll ever stop. Never. That's how it works. The pile of shame grows ever higher. They also have some extra weapons as well for the Warlord Reaver and Warhound as well. I confused myself there because they wrote it the opposite way around to what I said it, and I nearly said Warlord twice, but it's fine because I saved it. Again, worth pointing out that the detail on the Titanica stuff is really, really good. All of those weapons look cool. They all look nice. Yeah, again, I've got a Warlord Titan for Titanicus that I need to paint, and I still have it. Oh no! Oh, it's just terrible. It's just so much stuff. So from Black Library, we've got Blackstone Fortress Ascension and Brutal Cunning. Excellent. And of course the usual array of audio books and the stuff for Warhammer Live. So obviously Thursday we've got the Warhammer Schools showcase. So it'd be worth taking a look at that, see what they come up with. I mean, Darktide, please. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. Let's have tiny drones. Now, I apologise for this ramble being a little bit shorter than normal. That is because there is still a load of construction work going on around my house. So one neighbour had their entire back garden, patio area power washed, and then had a bunch of paving slabs replaced, and then a load of other stuff done to the back of their house. And then as soon as that finished, the other neighbour started having a bunch of stuff done to their house, and the people who live behind us, they started having a bunch of stuff done to their house. So it's constant construction noise all the time. I can see from my window that the builders have basically packed it in for a few minutes to have a brew, which is why I have dashed through this time round, because the noise is terrible and it comes through the microphone really badly and I can't remove it. So apologise for the shorter ramble this week. Hopefully, it looks like they're nearly done. So maybe next week be back to business as normal. Please, for the love of God. So anyway, yeah. Anything that caught your fancy this time around? Anything you're going to grab in terms of the pre-orders next weekend? Anything you're really looking forward to? Let me know in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click it if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Gamers, which you can use to support the channel if you would like. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.